Welcome all. In this session we are going to see compliance for the cloud service providers and customers. After going through this session, the students will understand the importance and need of compliance, and they will be knowing what are the important steps to be followed to achieve the compliance. Here, what are the compliance for cloud providers? Cloud compliance is art and science of complying with regulating authority with its standards of cloud usage in accordance with industry needs and local, national, and international laws. Actually, the compliance will be carried through following audits. Okay, they are security audits, availability and confidentiality, and processing integrity, and finally privacy. Okay, and what is the example of cloud compliance? The term cloud compliance can relate to many different industry standards and regulations that cloud customers need to be comply with. For example, in the healthcare industry, a set of laws called HIPAA make stringent guidelines and security protocols mandatory for certain kinds of patient data. Compliance issues in the cloud. Depending on your company's industry need and service type, you may need to comply with regulations, okay, such as HIPAA, GDPR, PCI-DSS or SYX. Such regulations enforce guidelines and practices, okay, and policies that help to protect people sensitive information that is going to be stored in your environment. Okay, now we are going to look at the tips, okay, for better cloud compliance. Okay, the first tip is identify regulations and standards guidelines. The second tip is understand responsibility. The third one is understand the unique requirements of your cloud environment. And next tip is ensure proper access control. And next one is classify your data. And next one is encrypt all sensitive data that exist in the cloud. And finally, conduct regular internal audits. Here, based on the previous tips, we have some steps to ensure, okay, compliance. We will look into those steps later after looking into the most common compliance risks. Okay, the listed are most common compliance risks. They are legal issues, okay, liability concerns, and data security issues, and finally business reputation issues. Okay, if we are not in compliance with the regulating authorities, we will face, okay, these kind of risks. Now we will look into the 5 important steps for ensuring, okay, compliance. The first step is stay on track with changing laws and regulations. Here, compliance is not something your organization just it is. Okay, it's a continuous process of scanning for changing laws and regulation, identifying the areas in which it impacts your organization, changing policy, and implementing policy change and monitoring. Okay, make sure to identify which laws and regulations apply to your organization and stay on top of changes. When you are prepared for upcoming changes, you don't risk being overwhelmed when new legislation starts being enforced. Okay, here we have one tip: software solutions with identify new regulations feature make the process easier by automatically detecting relevant changes in legislation through NLP. And the second step is involve specialists. Especially small and growing organizations may unintentionally break laws. To prevent this, we have to ensure the organization business is transparent in its operations. Okay. Furthermore, it is advised that we need to hire the specialists or involve consultants to be sure that everything is in order. Whenever any misleading is going to be happen, the specialists or involved consultants will bring that information to the concerned authorities. This allows the owners and employees to ask for advice, okay, when it is needed, okay, to ensure the actions and processes are compliant. Okay, here we have one tip: specialist insights can be utilized to create a software solution that perfectly suits the needs of your organization to ensure you stay compliant. The third step need to be followed is ensure employees follow procedures. Company policy is not worth if anything if it is not followed by the workforce. Especially changes in policy may not always be adapted by workforce with ease, and employees may be reluctant to change practices in their everyday workflows. It's key to involve HR in this scenario. Most importantly, make sure to communicate company policy and procedures to all well, and part of this is to ensure they are well documented and readily available both digitally and physically. Furthermore, make sure that employees understand why the policy and procedures are the way they are and why they have changed. Okay, it may also be necessary to implement, okay, employee training on how to properly adapt the new procedures. And lastly, you may want to think about implementing a rewarding policy for the employees who comply and develop sanctions in case of violations. Here we have one tip: ensuring your knowledge workers follow company policy can be done by replacing repetitive tasks with automation wherever it is possible. The fourth step is schedule regular internal audits. Here the regular internal audits, okay, are great tool. Okay, they are very helpful to uncover inadequate and ineffective procedures that lead to not being compliant. Okay, internal audit may focus on the financial, technological, operational or regulatory aspects of organization, and it is of important that the internal auditor, okay, is independent when reviewing compliance, okay, as well as, okay, implements generally accepted auditing standards, GAAS. Okay, the tip is compliance software solutions may be capable of providing audit trails to make internal auditing easier. The last thing is use the right software. Ensuring compliance without the right tools makes the job much more complex. Organizations who have the right compliance softwares in place are more likely to operate in accordance with the law and reduce the risks of human errors. Furthermore, good compliance software often has built-in tools for organizing documents and automatically generate audit trails to easily prove compliance. And it is informed a low-code development platform that helps organizations worldwide to create solutions to ensure compliance. For example, consultancy and engineering firm, okay, Retween plus BOS created the plus compliance solution. The solutions helps clients regain or remain in control of business processes and supports end-to-end compliance with environmental legislation. Okay, these are the 5 important steps to ensure, okay, we be in compliance with the regulating authority. Okay, I hope you people understood the importance of compliance and the important steps to make you be compliant with the regulating authority. Okay, let's meet in next session.